Hello Leo, my name is Missy and I'm here to pull some AstroCharms for the month of October. I'm actually focusing a little different this month than I normally would. Normally I would just do a general reading asking, what do you need to be aware of or what the predictions are. But we actually have a lot happening astrologically this month. We have Mercury stationing direct tomorrow, October the 2nd. And then we have Pluto stationing direct on the 8th, Saturn stations direct on the 23rd, and we have a full moon on the 25th. So there's quite a bit happening. The energy that's happening this month is kind of a precursor as to Pluto's transit from Capricorn into Aquarius. Now this is an outer planet, it's a slow transit. So it's not like you're going to feel the effects of this change or transformation that Pluto is bringing in immediately, or, it's not going to be, well, I can't really say it's not going to be huge, because sometimes when it comes to endings, it could be something, as big as a death or a loss, but not for everyone. I know for myself, Pluto's transit through Capricorn, I lost my mother during this transit. So, but anyway, Pluto's moving into a different sign means that it will be moving into a different house as well. And so that means that there are things that are going to be changing and transforming in a different area of your life. And so that's kind of what I wanted to focus this particular reading on, which is what are the things that you need to kind of put a period, at the end of now, before Pluto transitions into Aquarius. And I say now because we have all of this astrological energy happening in October that is kind of a precursor. This is the last time, or this was the last retrograde for Pluto before he transitions into Aquarius. So like I say, you may not notice the changes right away. You may already know that the changes are happening and already know that you need to put some things in place or put an end to some things so that you can transition smoothly. But if you're not and you would like to kind of take a peek at it, let's look. So for Leo, we have Mercury stationing direct in your second house of money and values. Then we have Pluto stationing in your 6th house and Saturn stationing in your 7th house. So Pluto stationing in your 6th house, there could be a lot of changes that have been happening around just how you spend your time each day, or even your health as well. Like maybe you learn that that there's something going on either with your job or something maybe isn't quite so healthy for you anymore, and that now you're going to have to change. The interesting thing is that this is the 2nd, 6th to 7th houses, and so a second house isn't just about the money that you have. This can also be about your values, like those things that are part of your value system, the things that you are passionate about or that you love personally, because this is the house of Venus, being Taurus house. And so like maybe this is where you have been over several years kind of your value system, like maybe you've been healing something in your value system, and that is affecting your relationships, really. You're kind of learning lessons around relationships. So we've had, when I started this reading, we had the song Super Freaky Girl by Nicki Minaj. And then we had Old Me, 5 Seconds of Summer. And now we have So Good, Halsey. And it's interesting too, because the song Old Me just ended as I was talking about changing the value system. So that was kind of what got my attention. So again, this is like healing your value system. Like maybe your value system was tweaked in some way. I don't, just take that however it resonates. But it can also be like your own health, right? Like maybe your own health in regards to how your appearance and how you look, like maybe that's been changing as well. I know Leo is very, you know, they're very much into beauty and dramatics anyway, especially Leo rising. Pluto's transit into Aquarius in March of 2023 means that your relationships, your partnerships, your responsibilities and your ties, like the responsibility that you have to others, those things are going to be changing. They're going to be transforming. Through, you know, with his transit through that house for you. Now, this will resonate the most for Leo risings. That doesn't mean if you're watching this as a Leo sun or moon that it won't resonate for you, but this will resonate the most for Leo rising because the configuration of the wheel right now as it sits is you know, specific to your chart. Meaning, if you have a Leo ascendant, that means the houses are ruled by each of these signs now. So when Pluto moves or transitions from Capricorn into Aquarius, that means he's going to be transitioning through your house of relationships and partnerships, contracts. These can be business contracts, especially with having Mercury stationed direct in your second house. So this could be maybe you know, you're offered some sort of lucrative business contract that transforms your financial life as well, and it's a lot of work because Saturn in Aquarius, right? But also it changes how you spend your time each day, what you're doing with your day. That can be one way that this is affecting you. You know, now where like maybe there are some things that you need to put an end to now, whether they are relationships. Maybe you see that there are some relationships you will have to put an end to in the future. And it's saying prepare for that now. Put the pieces in place to make the transition easier, basically, is kind of what we're looking at. So I wanted to pull some cards to see really what you should be focusing on specifically, other than what I said, or maybe they're just going to confirm what I said. This specific deck can come through with mediumship messages, and I didn't mean specifically to pull this deck to have that with these readings, but so far all of the other readings have had something come through. So we'll see what they want to say. We have the song A, B, C, D, E, F, U by Gail. So what do they want you to focus on, or what is your focus this month? What is changing, or what is it that you need to put an end to, basically? Put a period at the end of the sentence. Ooh, okay, so if you're like really trying to protect yourself, boundaries, home, interesting, hold on. And the song's talking about something about, hold on, let me see what the lyrics are. Told everyone I'm a bitch, so I became it. So someone is saying that you were a bitch, so you became it. Hold on. Okay. So I have to be really, really honest here. I think this might be a perception that you have that people are, I think you're a little too protective. That's the way it felt as soon as it came out. I was like, you need to put an end to like this, blocking relationships, blocking something. And with it home, it's like you don't trust, but you need to trust, right? The beaver is also an energy of like preparation, which we already spoke about when it came to like maybe there are some relationships that you know you need to get rid of. So if you're feeling like everybody's out to get you, that means the people that you have around you are toxic, or they're not healthy for you in some way, right? But with these, cards, especially with this emotion healing coming right under this, and where it says protection and boundaries. It's not saying don't have boundaries. It's just saying that with that particular song that was coming through, and this here, clairvoyance, understanding, and then strength and confidence, and then we have balance under that. So all of this, it's like I'm really picking it up in terms of like you think you're picking up clairvoyantly, or you think that you understand how other people are perceiving you or how they feel about you, but it's because there's like a lack of confidence here. You need to heal your emotions, is what this is saying, because your clairvoyance is off. I really feel like it's off, like your boundaries are too high. Like you need to open, don't take them down completely, but I think you need to open yourself a little bit. I think maybe the people that are around you might be a little bit toxic based on everything that we've seen so far. I think you are very clairvoyant, but I think in this situation, when it comes to the protecting yourself, I think you're not understanding. I think you're being a little too sensitive when it comes to protecting yourself. I think you think other people are out to get you more so than they actually are. I also feel like there's a strong message here, like really strong message, and I'm surprised you didn't get one of the cards that I was seeing as a mediumship card, because I do not consider myself a medium per se. I have had mediumship experiences, but I don't practice mediumship. It's not that I don't experience them. It's just that it's not something that I actively pursue. I work more with all this stuff that you see here. So anyway, but I am feeling very strongly that there is a message here that you are protected spiritually. Like you are protected spiritually. You have to embrace that, know that, embrace the confidence of that. There's no questioning that. You are protected. You are clairvoyant. Don't question it. You just have to have confidence in it. That's going to build your strength in it, so that you can tell the difference between your emotions and an actual need to put up boundaries and protect yourself. So I'm going to leave this card out because we want you to build your confidence. Trust yourself. Actually, no, I want to put this one out because I want you to see it through the entire reading and know that yes, you are clairvoyant, you are understanding, or like you do have, like I feel like like you need to have that out there. It's just in this particular thing, when it comes to how other people perceive you, they're saying you might be a little too protective of yourself. You know, there's also another message here of maybe this is something that you already know that you struggle with, where you're like, man, I can read strangers so well, but when it comes to my own life and my own situations, why am I always so off, right? And I think this is why, this is what they're telling you, like in order to have this sort of, like maybe this is, maybe this has to do with something with the work that you do. It's very likely. You wouldn't be watching me if you weren't into this stuff anyway. And if you're Leo rising, you know, it's very likely that you could do something exactly like what I'm doing right here. Like you could have your own channel doing this as well. And it's saying, like, maybe it's saying, so the message about the boundaries, what it's saying here with this is, you would be able to see more clearly in your own life if you were to get the boundaries balanced. Okay, let me get some charms. wanted more, and look at, and they all came in the center. I was trying to grab more, and like, this is all I got. But here's the interesting thing. I was looking for the mediumship message, and it's right here. This specific charm, I put this in my charm box because it came from an aunt, my auntie Tina. She passed away several years ago, but she gave me this. Long story. She had given me a different gift, and this was one of 2 items that came with the other gift, and she said it was to protect me so that I would always know that she loved me. And so when I put this charm in my charm bucket, I wanted that to be a message, a specific message that came through. If it came through in the reading, that's a specific message for the person watching the reading, that you likely have an auntie of your own. But it doesn't have to be an auntie. It could be a mother, grandmother, sister, someone who was, feminine, motherly type figure, who loves you very much, protecting you. We do have the letter V. You have the $100 bill coming out over the 9th house. I really feel like this is saying your abundance lies within your own higher self, your own subconscious, your own spiritual practices, beliefs, traditions, your own culture as well, because that is 9th house, and it does have to do with like foreigners, right? And this is coming right next to, or right underneath the charm that is the mediumship charm, the one that's the message from your passed on loved one, that's representing their love and protection of you, right? Like, and it's sitting on top of this $100 bill. So like your culture is protecting, or it is abundant for you. You have the candy cane, which is like, it's like a surprise, right? At Christmas time, people will put these on the tree for, the kids to come in, and you pick them off the tree, you eat them like a little treat, right? It's a little sweet treat that you can have. Not everybody likes them because they're minty, they're peppermint, but, sometimes you can get them in different flavors, like fruit flavors and such, but they're like little sweet treats, and so that's coming out in the 1st house. There's some little surprise coming in for you that might feel like Christmas. It could be also attached to this here. Remember I said, like, for some of you, maybe there's something with your job, with the work that you do, or maybe you're signing a contract, or you're getting promotion or something. But it will entail more work. Especially because you have the cowboy hat coming out over the 10th house with the nail right next to it. The cowboy hat is in the position that this is the position you would have it on your head, sitting on top of your head to protect you from the elements, right? But you're doing it while you're at work. Cowboys they do some hard ass work. Nails. This is like the nail that secures the pieces of wood together, right? It's like the final nail in the coffin as well. Like whatever is happening, whatever this contract is, it's like a long-term, like it's going to be a permanent something, a lot of work, a lot of responsibility, but it's like there's a permanence there to it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and leave this here. I hope that resonates. If it does not, please stick around. There may be another reading for you here on the channel that does. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, tell your friends, hit the notification bell, anything you can to help me as I'm new here, and I thank you for watching.